What's going on, everyone? LA Sports back with another video. In this video, I'm going to be talking about Donovan Mitchell to the New York Knicks and why I think this must happen for the New York Knicks and why I think it's going to actually happen in the end. I think this is a move that must happen for the Knicks for the simple reason that they just need a superstar over there in New York. They haven't had a superstar in quite some time, and a guy like Donovan Mitchell would certainly change the dynamic there over in New York. They've been a team that have been pretty patient looking for a superstar. And Donovan Mitchell, getting there would certainly be good. Julius Randle, a lot of people thought he was going to be that guy. He certainly was not, and he certainly isn't anywhere near it. We'll see what ultimately ends up happening there. I think it's going to definitely be interesting to see what ends up happening, but I think this move is going to happen. You take a look at all of the speculation that's been going on. It sounds like Donovan Mitchell to the Knicks is going to happen if Donovan Mitchell is traded, which I think is going to happen. And I think he ultimately will be on the Knicks at some point in this offseason, but I think it must happen, and this cannot fall through for the New York Knicks. They have a bunch of tradable pieces and contracts, and they're not really contracts that are going to be used by the Jazz in the future, like a Evan Fournier or Derrick Rose. That's just for money matching. That's not for building pieces for the Jazz to go through this rebuild. But if you're looking at a trade package, the New York Knicks have a lot of draft picks. So you're looking at a trade for the Knicks, it would be something like Derrick Rose and Evan Fournier, along with Quentin Grimes, a piece that is rumored to be really interesting for the Utah Jazz. So those three players, maybe even you add a guy like Miles McBride or a Jericho Sims, but 3 or 4 pieces along with about 4 or 5 draft picks, first-round picks, maybe 3 first-round picks, 2 second-round picks, and 2 pick swaps. Something like that. It's going to be an expensive price. They want a Rudy Gobert type package, maybe even more for Donovan Mitchell. I think he's worth more than Gobert. I don't know if someone's going to pay for that, but ultimately, if you're the New York Knicks, you got to try and put together a starting 5 that includes, Jalen Brunson, Donovan Mitchell, R.J. Barrett, Julius Randle, and Mitchell Robinson, and then you still got some good bench pieces. Cam Reddish, Isaiah Hartenstein, Obi Toppin, Emmanuel Quickly. They still have some good pieces, and if you bring in Donovan Mitchell, the Knicks will be a more attractive, place to go in free agency. Now, I'm seeing on Twitter New York Knicks fans saying if they get Donovan Mitchell, they're a contender. That, is a little bit of a stretch. The New York Knicks fans need to pump the brakes. If you get Donovan Mitchell, that is a huge step in the right direction, but you're still, a first or second round team. You take a look at, where Donovan Mitchell was on the Jazz. He had a very good Jazz team, and he couldn't even get by the first round. So you put him on the Knicks. Is it that big of a difference in that stacked Eastern Conference? Probably not. You definitely make the playoffs, probably even, you'll probably be in the playing game, but win the playing games. I think you get into the playoffs and maybe win a round, but I can't see much more than that for the time being. You still need to get, some of your guys to progress a little bit. I think Jalen Brunson's a great piece. I think he's a little bit being overrated by New York Knicks fans. I think he's a great player, but he's not going to be able to do himself with R.J. Barrett and Julius Randle, but a Donovan Mitchell would really be a nice piece there. I think, though, if the Knicks do add Donovan Mitchell and they wait for some of their players to progress and, being more of an attractive target for free agents in the offseason, I think in a year or two, you could be a contender in the Eastern Conference. So I think the New York Knicks must make this move. It's been too long since they've had a superstar. They haven't had one since Carmelo Anthony. They need another one in New York. It's a big city, big market. They need big-time players. Donovan Mitchell is a big-time player, and it seems like he wants to be with the New York Knicks. Let's see if the New York Knicks ultimately end up making this trade. My prediction is that he ends up with the Knicks, and he is a New York Knick by the start of the regular season, but things could fall through. Who knows? We'll see what happens. I think he will be a Knick, like I said. You guys, let me know down below in the comment section your thoughts on this potential move. I know that there's a lot of New York Knicks fans that watch my channel because of the fact that I make tons of New York Giants content. It attracts a lot of Knicks fans as well. So I also have a lot of NBA-wide fans, and I thought it's an interesting topic, even for some Raptor fans, being that the Knicks are in the Eastern Conference, and this type of move would affect the Raptors because the Knicks are in their conference in the division, and they'll be fighting for a playoff spot with them. So that's really all I got in this video, though, guys. You guys let me know down below in the comment section your thoughts on this potential trade. I think it's going to happen. You guys let me know all that good stuff down in the comment section. And as always, please leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. We'll see you guys all in the next video.